everybody. Welcome to episode number two. We hope that you got a chance to catch up on episode number one. It was so much fun. We've got such amazing comments and reviews by people who watched it. So if you haven't, go check that out. And today's episode is going to be even more fun. So it's almost like climbing up the ladder. So first episode we were here, now we're going to go above. And today, like the way I see it is, starting from the start. That's the vibe, the inspiration behind today's episode.
Yeah,
And we are so excited to dive into it.
yeah. I'm also super excited. Welcome back to the podcast. In
Yeah.
case if this is your first episode with us, I'm pretty sure you picked a really good one to land on. I think I would say that because this is something that we were thinking about even before we started podcast. We were talking
Yes,
about it. Like I think we should. This topic is something that we should talk more about, and
totally.
how to break down on exactly how to start your online business from zero. Not from the experts in the Instagram or on the social media style, like not from the polished, curated version of someone else, what worked for them, what is their success story. But it's most of the times it's from the real raw
Yes.
messy beginning, right? So
Yeah,
that's what we are going to talk about. Yeah,
totally. And I feel the best part about today's episode is no matter where you are in your journey, you
yeah,
are going to take away something solid from this episode. So it doesn't matter whether you're just starting out
hmm,
or you already have a well established business, because I feel we all need to do that, some kind of auditioning of our business time to time again. And this episode is exactly going to give you that.
true. I think that's where we were talking about this in last episode also. Now, like everything looks so perfect online.
Yeah.
We see that someone selling a group program or launching with very polished version of funnels and all of that. And a lot of people like us, or like sometimes they think that I don't even know what I'm offering yet, or I don't
Yeah.
even know what I'm doing right, or something. So, like you said, this episode is not only for the people who are just starting out. No matter what
Totally.
stage you are in, it's
Yeah.
exactly where I think it will. I think we want to take you back to the actual beginning. Maybe I
Yeah.
think whatever the stage you are in today doesn't matter wherever you are in. We want to take you back to the actual beginning,
Yeah.
not to highlight the that reels that we are seeing kind of thing. The
Yeah.
very first time you sat down on your laptop or maybe a pen and paper or a Google Doc,
Yeah.
and I think when I started, I started I opened a Google Doc and then wrote like business idea.
Oh, I did that with a diary. And that
Yeah,
helps, like, again, align and activate it.
yeah, yeah. Maybe because I'm into this software, that is my
Yeah.
main job. First thing that goes into digital version. I use pen and paper also, but not as much as the
Mm.
digital version because I'm someone I want because I used to travel a lot to office, right? So if
Yeah.
I do it in laptop and I wanted to check that in my phone also later, and for
Yeah.
me that can happen only if I put it into a digital version. So everything I started is in either Apple Notes or Google Doc or Notion.
Yeah.
One of these commonly is shared across devices. So yeah, that's why I
Awesome.
wrote it like business ideas and wrote down
Yeah.
like what I can do, what I can do, what I can do. So we
Yeah.
will take you back to that actual beginning.
Absolutely. And
Uh,
I feel there is power in basics. Like, even now, and Leela will reiterate that, is whenever I feel stuck in my business and I feel I'm not able to move ahead the way I want to,
yeah,
I will go back to these basics.
true,
Because there's nothing more powerful than the basics that we're going to talk about today.
true. And if the basics are not right, whenever you feel like you get stuck or you don't have clarity like how you want to go ahead,
Yeah.
if basics are not right, I don't think you will be able to move forward that quickly. You may have to spend a lot of time again. But end of the day, even then, again you will go back to basics only and then take off and again have to come back. So if your basics are perfect from the beginning, you will have that simple grounded framework anytime you wanted
That's
to.
solid.
Yeah, yeah, anytime you wanted to move forward or feel like okay something is not going right. So that's very important. I think that is what we are going to talk about in this today's episode, where it will help you to take your that first confident step forward again. If you have taken already, but with more confidence this time.
Totally. So let's straight right dive into this
Yeah,
beautiful episode.
yeah. Let's start. I think. See, when I look at the basics, for me, I always feel like the foundation, even before thinking of what I wanted to offer, that
Yeah.
preparation, your foundation is very, very important.
Yeah.
But in my experience, this from past 5 to 6 years, what I have seen in many people who are starting, they start with Instagram bio. It's not that I'm blaming them or I'm pointing out them, but yeah, that's how they see it. Because
Yeah.
the first step is to create an Instagram profile, and then I'll start from there. But actually, even before you open your Canva to create your profile picture or graphic, or even before you create your Instagram bio, step zero, I think, step zero is about checking in with you, your
Yeah.
energy,
Oh, I
your
love.
motive. What is this? What is your why, basically? And what is your capacity? I think many people miss that. Many
Yeah.
people miss three things like what is your energy, what is your motive or why behind this, behind starting this business, and your capacity. These three things are so missed out and then so underrated, I feel. What do you think about that?
Yeah, totally. And I feel for the benefit of our viewers, let's like create a roadmap out of this episode. So you're saying step zero
Hmm.
is like the pre-foundational work. Like let's probably
Yeah,
name it that, you know.
yeah, yeah,
And I feel that is the foundational work, the pre-foundational work, because
definitely.
you have to sit with yourself, and no matter whether you're just starting out, you already have a corporate job, like no matter where you are at, I
Hmm.
feel it's so important to just sit with yourself, not on Instagram or laptop, just you with your thoughts and
Yeah,
really asking yourself some powerful questions. One of them being, why do I really want to get into this? And the way I love to take my clients, and I think we've done it in the academy also once, is the 7 level why. Because
yeah,
probably on the surface, if I ask, okay, why do you want to become an entrepreneur,
hmm.
cultivate a startup, probably will say,
Hmm.
okay, to earn more.
More.
Like that's
Yeah, yeah.
probably one of the first answers.
Or if they don't want to talk about money, they may say like, I want to genuinely serve the people. These are the
Yeah,
two common most answers,
yeah.
but there is a lot
There's
underneath
so
that.
much, yeah,
Yeah,
underneath, deeper.
yeah,
So when
yeah.
you come up with your first why, that's generally, I wouldn't say superficial, but that's the first layer.
True.
Go dig it further, go to the second, the third, the fourth, the fifth. And if
Yeah,
you can, like, it's literally like going to your deepest depth of your heart, that
yeah,
why do I want to do this? And that 7 level why, like when you just sit
yeah.
and the why within the why you try to capture, you try to reflect on is so powerful.
True, true, true. And for our listeners, in case if you are getting stuck to write your why, maybe some questions that you can ask yourself, like, is it because, like I already mentioned, is it really because you genuinely want to serve people, or you want to create something meaningful, or maybe for me, building a life on my own terms. That's one
Yeah,
of the biggest one. So maybe that could be yours too. And lot of times I have observed with my clients and then people who I work with on strategy calls is many people come up think of starting business coming from pressure. The idea is coming from pressure. Oh, that person
yeah,
is doing it. Let me. I also want to do it. I also have to do something. That pressure is there. This is very individual pressure. You don't identify. You don't realize that the pressure is coming. But when, you said, when you go deeper, 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 like seven layers of the deepness you're going, it may come up. It may come up.
yeah,
Many people,
yeah,
it may come up because it's a peer pressure, right? When you see
yeah.
other people are getting successful, oh, they're doing so simple and then they're getting successful. Why not I?
Correct.
So that also could be your why,
Yeah,
and sometimes it could be a fear also.
yeah,
Yeah,
totally. Yeah, agree, agree.
yeah. And there is no judgment here. Your reason is yours.
Yeah,
That's all matters. Whatever it is the reason, even if it's coming from the pressure, totally fine. It's totally fine because that is the energy you are going to build everything else on.
yeah,
Right?
yeah,
Yeah. I think you mentioned this line. I think if your foundation is shaky,
yeah.
it's going to feel very, very hard to stay consistent.
Absolutely.
I
Yeah,
have seen this firsthand. I have seen this firsthand. If you don't have this why properly embedded into your head, and then going deeper and then figure out, okay, this is my why, and then that has to be imprinted here. If
Yeah.
that doesn't happen over the time, it might be 3 months, 6 months, 1 year, or after 2 years, it will start feel very hard for you to stay consistent.
True. Yeah.
Yeah,
And what this very simple but powerful exercise is going to do to you is because there are going to be times in your business journey when you're going to feel like giving up, and you're going to ask yourself, what's even the purpose of all this, or why am I even doing so much
yeah,
of hard work? The why is going to be your biggest anchor for moments like that.
yeah, yeah. True, very true. I think, like I mentioned, along with why, you also have to think about your capacity, especially because for people like me who are starting business alongside something else. So if you have a
Yeah.
main job, or something else is going on, or maybe you are just a new mother, it doesn't have to be only job. You have other responsibilities going on in your life. It's very important, as part of this step zero, prep your foundation, pre-foundation step. You also have to look at your capacity right now, and it's not about the calendar schedule or something, the real capacity. Like how
Yeah.
many hours you can give to this business every
Yeah.
single day or every single week without sacrificing your well-being. That's first and foremost, because which I have done. Right? When I
Yeah.
started, I thought, okay, if I want to build a business alongside my main job, I have to sacrifice certain things. I
Yeah.
literally stopped going out, compared to earlier. I gave away some of the time. I won't say I stopped, but I have literally reduced a lot of hours, and I reduced some of the hours from family also at some point.
Yeah.
And in the beginning, I didn't know how to set the boundaries. So in office, I used to work on the business. Then I have little leisure hours. Like
Yeah.
when I know that that work can be done super fast, and nothing is going to impact my deliverable, I used to work on the business, which I think it was okay then, but over the
Yeah.
time, if you don't have that boundaries between whatever is going on in your life and business, it's going to
Yeah.
haunt you, hurt you, and then you will face a lot of consequences.
Yeah.
So it's very, very important for you to also write down what is your actual capacity at this point of time. I think emotional capacity also. Maybe you want to talk
Yeah.
about that.
Yeah. Yeah. Totally. And I feel it starts with being honest with yourself.
Yeah, yeah,
Uh,
very good.
and again, not just emotional capacity, I also feel the energetic capacity, which you mentioned, right? It's
Yeah,
both.
yeah, yeah.
And I feel the emotions and the energy go so
Mm,
beautifully hand in hand.
true.
And what happens is when we take a good audit of the emotional capacity and the energetic capacity, what's going to most beautifully happen is our nervous system is going to come on board.
True, true, true.
And with that,
Mm.
running a business will not feel a scary thing because you're going to feel safe in your body to do this.
Yes, yes, absolutely, absolutely. Because building a business is a long game. No
It's a
matter how
long
many
game.
people say that, hey, I just did this and then immediately I got success. That's all. In my opinion, there is a lot of work went in behind the
Yeah.
scenes. Maybe they prepared a lot of stuff and then they started. Yeah, they might have seen success in 10, 15 days, but it's not like when they started. Whatever is on the forefront is visible. That's not the day zero. Because
Yeah.
like an iceberg, there is a lot behind that, underneath that. So it's a long game, and you want to make sure that you are starting from a grounded place. That is why it's very important to see that your nervous system and then body is feeling safe to do whatever you want to do it instead of having survival mode. Yeah.
Totally. And the way I like to put it is they are the first kind of people who you onboard.
Yeah,
That's your
exactly.
biggest team, even before you think about, okay, what else do I need to do?
True, true. Yeah,
I'm just giving
yeah.
an example here before we move on to the second step. So the way I did it back then, some 11 years ago, is I had a full-time job. It
Yeah.
was like Monday to Friday.
Mm,
So
mm,
I started working on my YouTube channel and then
mm,
eventually on the Facebook group and the products over the
mm.
weekend.
Yeah, yeah. Same here. Mm.
I kind of bifurcated that okay, I don't want to lose the corporate job because that is like my solid foundation in terms of finances also, which is
True,
going to
true.
fund my business.
Correct.
And I'm going to use weekends, of course, not the entire weekend, but good chunk of weekend,
Mm,
yeah,
mm,
to build my business on the side. And I feel just this progression made things so much more simpler and uncomplicated.
True. I also exactly same thing I have
Yeah,
done. But considering mine is service business, on the weekdays also sometimes few things comes
you
up. Like
sometimes.
yeah, so I once I come back from office, once I finish all my house chores and all of that, then I used to sit. I remember I used to sit every day, like 1.5 hour in the night after finishing dinner. So till 11, like 10 to 11 or 9:30 to 11, I used to sit down and then do the stuff and then go to sleep. That's where I said the boundaries are very important in a way that where you want to work on what is very important if something else is going on. Otherwise, it gets cluttered, it gets messed up. Like a lot of overlap comes, and then you don't know where you're spending your time. You feel like you're working all the time if you don't
Yeah,
have a boundary.
it's happened to me because
Yeah,
you're so also so excited. Like there have been nights, and there are still nights like that when I get an aha and I want to like suddenly launch that.
immediately. Yeah,
And I'm like, oh my god, I can't sleep. Like, and I literally have to tell my mind, okay, tomorrow morning we'll get at it and I'm going to sleep.
yeah.
I
And
think
I
that's
think
the
business
key.
is
You
I
know,
was going to say that.
entrepreneurship, right?
Yeah, business is all about that. And then
Yeah,
these small moments, the time the idea popped up in your head, and the time you actually start implementing that idea and then putting it outside to the world. Those are like every day for me. It's like that's a huge difference between full time job and then business. Why I love business is it gives you a lot of that, um, that aha moments, a lot of aha moments every other day.
yeah,
In my corporate job, it's not everyday basis. This is like we have delivery, like quarter basis delivery. So once you finish it, you present it and then get a lot of compliments on how you did it and all of that. But here it is like there will be small ideas, there will be big ideas. So the small ideas will not take much time. And then
yeah,
sometimes you see the results immediately.
yeah,
And you will have a lot of people cheering you up on when you do something also. So it's like
yeah.
maybe it is the adrenaline rush. I don't know what it is. It gives me that high every single time when something good
Totally.
happens.
Yeah,
And that's the beauty of entrepreneurship, like you said.
yeah, yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah. So I think that's us wrapping up the point,
yeah,
the pre-foundation step, like
yeah.
step
This is all whatever we spoke is
yeah,
all the work before the work.
before the work. Yeah, but
Yeah,
again, so
yeah,
important.
yeah. So
So
important.
yeah, like know your why, know your energy, know your emotional capacity, know
Yeah,
where you are in your life right now. Because again, the life journey is going to be different for all of us. So know and do a good lowdown of all of this before
yeah,
you move on to step one. So
yeah.
Leela, yeah, let's
Yeah.
talk about step
Let's
one.
talk about step one. Step one is, I think, if you are, I think we have to be honest about what is your starting point.
Yeah,
So this is mostly it is about being honest to yourself. Where are you actually starting from? That's like because I have seen. I think I also have done. I don't remember exact example, but we see a lot of people setting huge goals. Like directly when you start itself, I wanted to start earning 1 lakh per month, or maybe 50,000 per month straight away in the first month. I mean, having huge goals is not wrong, but they haven't they're not practical when you are starting from the ground, right? Because you
yeah,
haven't even sold a single session or single product or whatever the business you are coming up with. You haven't talked to your audience and you
yeah,
have not tested anything,
yeah,
right? But having such a big goal for such a short period, I think that's what people say about smart goals, right?
yeah,
Like measurable and realistic goal. That's
yeah,
very important.
yeah,
Getting honest about your starting point is
yeah.
super important in my opinion.
Totally, yeah. So step one is figure out a solid starting point for yourself. And
Yeah,
the way I like to see it, and even now, when I have to go back to my starting point, I like to disassociate the financial part away from it. So,
yeah,
see if your starting point can be how can I just add value to my
right,
audience, to my community. We are not even talking about clients yet.
right.
How can I build my community and just give them what truly is my expertise, my passion, show them a piece of my heart. And I know
Right,
it's very difficult to kind of decipher what I've just said, but it's going
right.
to come from within.
True. And this is all about clarity, right?
Yeah,
What do I know? What have
yeah,
I tried already? or what are
yeah,
my actual strengths right now, and whom I can help with this strength. Who are
yeah,
those people? How can I show that this is something that I can help people? Like you
yeah,
said, we are not talking about clients, but building that small tribe of people who look
absolutely.
for this solution,
Yeah, yeah.
right?
So, yeah, I'll give you an example. So, we have an amazing, empress in our academy. Her name is Lanchana, and
Mm.
she's just done her 200-hour yoga TDC, and she's
Yeah,
amazing. She's been practicing yoga for years now. She could have very well started a paid batch, but the way she's looking at this is, I'm going to just, start a free batch for a small group of audience. And I think that's such a solid but a powerful starting point.
true, true, very true. Yeah, I also really admire the idea of coming up with you. She didn't think of like immediately monetizing it. How can I get
Yeah,
money? How can I get
yeah,
people into my paying batches or something?
yeah,
She wants to go slow because she wanted to see how can she help people
yeah,
to figure out strength. Sometimes you
yeah,
need to try it out to find
yeah,
out what is your strength. Because when you're teaching, I mean, even if we are talking about Lanchana here, and then she's a yoga certified teacher right now.
yeah,
But for that matter, any business you take, any
yeah,
idea you have,
yeah,
it's important for you to figure out what are your strengths and what are your
yeah,
blind spots.
right,
These
true,
two things you will know only when you try, when you do, when you share your knowledge to someone,
yeah,
right? And yeah, that's a beautiful example,
yeah.
Ramu. Yeah.
And now, listeners who are into product based business, you would
Hmm.
probably wonder, okay, I can't give the product away for free. And I totally agree. So I'll give you my example. Before I launched an entire beautiful range of toys, what I did is a lot of free value in cultivating that parenting community, talking about early learning, talking
Hmm.
about parenting, and we did like book clubs and all of that. So the audience was so warmed up, and then
True.
the moment I launched, it was like a sellout the very first day.
True, true, true. Yeah, yeah. That's the starting point for you guys
Yeah,
when you started.
yeah,
Like you know what are you planning to come up with, and then that's very tied to early learning, and
yeah,
then easy activities for kids while
yeah,
they're having fun learning stuff. That is what
yeah,
is the whole agenda. And then,
yeah,
like you said, for products, it's very difficult to give away for free or try and test these products before even
yeah,
you start selling.
yeah,
These are the ways you can think of like having a community where
yeah,
you are talking about that topic more and then giving a
right.
lot of value on that topic. And
Absolutely.
and by the time you come up with this product and then announce this product in your tribe, and people are already aware of what you are capable of, what is your strength, and then they believe in you. They know that you are the expert here.
Yeah,
That is how you will be knowing your starting point, right? And then in this way, sometimes you also know your blind spot. Like I said, okay, these are the areas I still need to um, work more or
mm,
figure out more. Whether you
yeah,
are a coach or service provider or product-based business, sometimes if people are not excited about the product idea, that means there is something else that they are expecting.
right.
Right? I think another beautiful example I can take from yours is like when you are launching your journal, there is nothing that you can give free, right? So
Yeah,
how did you cultivate? I really love the way how you did. You created a free experience group where
yeah,
you started involving them in asking questions like, how can I make this journal set, the whole set, adapted to you? Like,
yeah,
like there are, I think, 10 people, around 10 people out there.
yeah. It was like
So
a focus
everyone
group.
different. Yeah, it's like a focus group, and everyone preferences are different. So everyone gave their own ideas, like, okay, this is what I want to be in my journal,
Mm,
and this is how I want to use that journal. So from these ideas, it also helps you to develop the product idea that you have. Journal idea is already there in your head, but how
yeah,
you want to expand it and then how you want it to bring it to the closure for the
yeah.
final product. This is how you did it. And then I think this whole attack focus group 10 or 11 people, they bought the journals on the first
All
day
of them.
itself.
Yeah,
Yeah. Because on the first day itself, because they know that you listen to them and then you incorporate in them.
yeah,
So there are 100 ways to figure out. You don't
yeah,
have to give away your product and then which you invest a lot of money and all of it. So this is something I commonly hear from product based business like, hey, how can I do this? For
correct.
product, I have to give my product which is like loss right for me. How many
Yeah,
I can give? Maybe one I can give, not more than that, right? But there are 100 ways to think about it, how to cultivate that, the idea of the product and then making it registered in people's head.
yeah.
So
And in fact, instead of giving a giveaway, because that's typically what you will do, even if you are a
yeah,
service-based industry, right?
right.
Give an experience instead of doing a giveaway, because I feel people are in the giveaway for all the wrong reasons. So
Yeah, yeah,
you
yeah.
are a very focused group, and
True,
you
true.
want to nurture that audience, which is not to happen in just holding a giveaway.
Yeah, yeah. I just wanted to end this step one with one example from my side because we are talking about giving away. That comes in the service business also, right? A lot of people
Yeah,
start with giving offers for free, giving free
yeah,
service for 1 month or like that. Many people start. Even yesterday also, I was talking to one of the girl who I know online. She's a social
right.
media manager, and then she wanted to start. I mean, she just starting her business. She's not getting clients, so she was thinking of offering social media management services for 5 people or for 1 full month free. There is
Okay.
nothing wrong in that, but in my experience, see, there are no offense, but there are so many freebie loaders in the online.
Yeah,
They get your service for 1 month free, and then there is no guarantee. I'm sure 95% there is no guarantee that they will turn into paid clients.
yeah,
But I have personally seen in this 5 6 years of experience, I think easily 7 to 8 people who hop on to the freebie people.
yeah.
Like if this person is offering 1 month free, they will work with that person. After this 1 month is over, they will look for another person who is giving that kind of free.
Right.
I have experienced such people.
Yeah,
So end of the day, you feel like you have put a lot of effort, you have put a lot of stuff into their business, but it
yeah.
turns out to be that you didn't get anything in return. And you get bought out. You get so disappointed. Okay, I think maybe this is not for me. This is not working for me. You end up in those kind of thoughts.
Yeah. I have
So,
seen this, Leela. So, I did like a little stint with Shumi, the toy brand, if you
huh,
remember,
huh,
for
huh.
2 years, right?
Yeah,
And
yeah,
of course, as a toy brand, you have to do the giveaways. But
right.
exactly what you said. There were
Mm,
those same set of people. Some of
right.
them weren't even parents, and I don't know
Mm,
why they would
yeah,
participate in a toy giveaway. But
yeah.
same kind of people having the
Mm,
same agenda that okay, we just want this for free.
right.
At the end of the day, you're not building the brand in that
Mm,
sense, right? It's just,
exactly.
yeah, just giving away a product.
True, true,
So
exactly.
on paper, on social media, on Instagram, it probably looks nice that wow, I've done a giveaway.
Yeah,
But
yeah, yeah.
how, like we talk about the impact boosting
Mm, mm,
aspect,
mm,
right?
mm.
It's not an impact booster in the
Definitely.
most amazing way, I think.
Definitely, definitely, definitely. But at the same time, I also saw you giving a lot of free value. If
Yeah,
I go
and that is different, right, Leela?
yeah,
Like giving free experiences, giving amazing free value, so different than just a one-off giveaway.
yeah, yeah, yeah. I was about to say the same thing.
Yeah,
So if you are in this phase of thinking that okay, if I give away something for free, I may get a lot of clients. I think this should be your aha moment or a reminder or a wake up call, whatever you want to name it. Rethink about that. Rethink about it, and then when you did this last time, how much results you have seen. Of course, having said that, every person is different, every business is different. What
totally.
worked for me may not work for you.
Yeah,
What didn't work for me may work for you. So
yeah,
it's always important to recheck what is working for you. To go back and then think, did you try this already, and then did it give you results? If didn't, then why are you doing it again? So things
yeah,
like this is a wake up call, and then think about it. In the worst case, the suggestion I can give you is like try with the smallest free giveaway. Like if you're a service provider, give 3 days of experience for free.
yeah,
Work for them for just 3 days. And the focus of the 3 days also keep it like very focused, like one deliverable. I will
yeah,
give you 10 graphics for free or 5 graphics for free, or I'll create 5 content ideas for you for free. Very focused. Don't keep it very vague because that is going to burn you out for sure. This is from experience of mine and a lot of my clients and then a lot of people I'm seeing online. So ask me when I say that.
yeah.
For product businesses, you want to add anything, Babu?
Yeah, I think whether it's product or service, I think the only thing that you have to really figure out here is how do I convert it into an experience
Yeah,
which can be gamified. So
yeah,
which
yeah.
is interactive, so get them in a telegram, run
Mm,
polls, ask them questions, get them on a Zoom call like this, something like that.
True.
So think also, okay, I want to gamify it. I want to make it more engaging, more interactive.
Right, right. Yeah, true, true, true. Okay, let's move on to the
Move
step
on to
number
the
two.
step two.
Yeah,
Yeah,
step number two is, I think, one thing I really see a lot of people miss out is about people, because your business exists to solve problems for some people, right? Real people. It's not about avatars. I mean, I know we all talk about client avatars, client persona,
persona.
and all of that,
Yeah,
but end of the day, they are real humans.
yeah,
So instead of if you ask me, instead of starting from what is my niche, okay. Step number two is, who do you want to help? So that's your step number two. So when we go deeper on that, instead of asking what is my niche, always start with asking who do I actually want to help right now.
yeah,
That will change over the time, but at this point of time, who do you want to help? That is what you need to ask yourself. And I think what comes to you naturally, who do you find yourself wanting to support, or even
yeah,
in your personal life, who do you understand deeply? That's
yeah,
all. That's all matters. That's where you need
yeah.
to start for the step two.
And I feel as an entrepreneur, as a salesman or a saleswoman, we are an amplifier. So
True.
we are, so whatever energy and how I'm helping myself, I'm amplifying that, and that's
Mm.
how I'm going to help others. So I feel
True.
for this, there's a little precursor to the step. So say you are into health or wealth or whatever industry it is, and you want to help people get more healthy, more wealthy. I think the first check-in has to be with yourself, and how am I helping myself
Yeah.
before getting on to helping others. And that's again a continuous journey, right? Of
Yeah. Yeah.
embodying whatever you are teaching. So walking your talk. And I
Mm.
feel once we start cultivating this, the very natural progression of it is okay, now I'm going to just, overflow this passion, this expertise, this love for my subject onto my people. And you're going to get like what this does is it's going to magnetize the people rather than you chasing and looking out for your people. They're going to just find you and get magnetized.
Absolutely. Absolutely. I
And we
love the
have
way how
seen this in your case so many
Yeah.
times.
Yeah.
I've seen
Yeah.
this in my
Yeah.
business so many times. So it's not something woo that we're talking about here.
Yeah. 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 And I also want to add one point to what you said, Amu. I think a lot of people think that they need to have tons of experience, a lot of certifications to start offering what they know to other people. And you don't need to have years of expertise. You just need to be, I think, that one step or maybe half step ahead of the person you are going to help. That is what matters. And if you are multi passionate like us, it's totally okay. Choose one person when you are starting for now, one direction. Then later you can evolve. That's how I think we both did.
We
That's
both
how
did,
we
yeah.
both
We
did.
expanded,
And
but we started with one something. So for me,
yeah,
it was the early learning niche.
right.
And then, of course, I expanded it into
Yeah,
several
yeah.
different dimensions.
True, true. And your I mean, your first starting point was early learning niche, and then
Yeah,
from that you learned a lot about how to run
a
a
lot,
business, and then
lot.
how to operate all these multiple dimensions of the business. Like because we wear
Yeah,
multiple hats, being an entrepreneur, right? And then there are
yeah,
so many things to learn, so many things to understand. If not fully learning. So that's how you got expert into those areas, and then you evolved into, okay, why not I share this experience to others so that they can also start their own business. That's
yeah.
how you became a business coach,
Yeah.
and
And I
then
feel, sorry, Leela, like one more point to add to that is I feel the best thing you can do at this step is because see, people are going to always think how much to keep to myself, how much
yeah,
to give.
yeah, yeah, yeah,
And I feel don't do a tally of that.
true, true. Yeah, what comes naturally to you, do that.
Yeah,
If you feel like sharing the value freely, just go ahead and then do it.
yeah,
That's what when you said like you are going to magnetize the client, that's where it comes. When you
yeah,
keep calculating like, okay, till this I have to give in the fee, and then from here it has to be paid. Of course,
yeah,
setting a boundary is important, but when you
yeah.
do too much of calculation around it, it's unnecessarily more stress on your brain, your
It
nervous
is.
system, and all of that.
Yeah,
So
yeah,
yeah, just dig all those thoughts, whatever
yeah,
comes to you, like, okay, what should I offer for free?
yeah,
What should I offer for free? What's the
Totally.
differentiation? Yeah,
Totally.
yeah,
And I feel it's a big load on you, but also your audience, because then they're like, oh my god, like I came into a free experience, or even if it's a paid experience, and then she's saying you'll learn more only if you sign up for another thing.
yeah, yeah, yeah,
And
yeah,
I have been a part of such experiences, like as a client on the receiving end. I'm like, okay, but I just paid you for this.
yeah, 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 yeah. Yeah, I think on the same line, I also have seen many people doing it, and it's working for them. It's
Yeah,
working for
it
them.
is. It is. Yeah,
Yeah, it's working for them. So I think the bottom line here is like to figure out what works for you
yeah,
and
totally.
what your audience are looking for. Like
Yeah,
if you have audience like how just Amu said, like, oh, I already paid for this, and then why are you asking me to get into another paid container? If you have such kind of people more into your audience, your community, your tribe, then whatever the model you are operating on, that doesn't work.
yeah,
That won't be sustainable because
correct.
your audience are not such kind of people,
Yeah,
right? And but at the same time, I have seen some of my clients also does this. Like till this is the container, and then some days this you want to learn something
it's
else,
you
you have to get
upgrade.
into this paid container, yeah, another paid container, and
Yeah,
then some of our clients or some of these clients resonate with it. Okay,
yeah,
okay, now I
totally.
know that with this I get this much.
Yeah,
Now, first let me learn this. When I'm ready for this one, then I'll go into that one.
yeah,
If you have such audience, yeah, go ahead. And that may
yeah,
work for you.
yeah,
So it's very important for you to understand from where your audience are coming from. That's
yeah,
why having a community is always important. Talking to them,
yeah,
the previous step, like knowing your people is very, very important.
yeah,
Not on the demographic style or avatar style of persona style, the real side of the person,
yeah,
right? So that's where we were talking about. Who do you understand deeply?
yeah,
That is very, very important because if you don't have that, you will not be able to do all these, give all
yeah,
these experiences
yeah.
seamlessly.
Yeah. And one more thing that's like, the point where, okay, how much to give free, how much, what really helps me, and I feel it also helps the nervous system of my clients when they come in my world,
Yeah,
is so there is, say, a free workshop, then there's, say, a level one kind of an offer, and say there's a level two. So,
yeah,
whatever I've told them, I will cover in the free workshop, I will give them it all,
yes,
right? So if I'm telling, okay, in this free workshop, you're going to talk about how to find your niche,
right, right,
I will
yeah,
give that to them in its full form.
yeah, yeah,
But business is not just about finding the niche. And
yeah,
yeah, there's so much more. So I'm like, this is what I promise, this is what I deliver. And
yeah,
then if you, of course, want to scale and expand your business, then I have
yeah,
the academy you can come in. Then
yeah, yeah.
academy has it all. But then
Mm,
if you really want to work on your
mm,
feminine leadership, that's COI, human design, all of that, we have another mastermind, which Leela and
right,
I are
right, right.
co-leading together. It's called
Mm,
She
mm,
Leads.
mm,
So I feel, and I've seen Leela, you do that so beautifully as well, is
true.
give that wholesome experience,
Mm,
no
yeah.
matter which level it is.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. I was about to say that. I think I have so many people coming to me and saying that my free strategy call gives so much clarity to them. So
Yeah,
I always kept single bound, very simple boundary line between my free and then paid because me being service provider, me being the implementer, in my free call, I offer everything that I understood about their business, the blind spot I see, what is missing in their business, and all of that. I talk about everything. I also give a lot of suggestions like this is how you can do this, is what you need to do, this is what you need to do. And then I also have an audit call where it's a little low ticket, low pay program, and then there I go much deeper, and then give a lot of suggestions on how can they do simply, simple way, how can they implement those things. That is my audit call. It comes with a full detailed document like this is what you need to do, this is the problem you have currently, this is how you can overcome. And in that, I give again easiest way of solving it and then little time consuming ones and little complex ones. A full blown document will go to that. That is so between my free offering of call, again, both are called to me. Here I go like on surface level what I'm seeing, what are the missing points that I'm seeing. That is what I focus on. So they know that the immediate takeaways for them will be like, okay, if I fix this, I think I can reduce working 1 hour time or half an hour time per day. And when they come to audit call, I go little deeper, go deep, and then find the bottlenecks and then all the problems, and then give full blown documentation. Then they implement all of this. They will save like easily like 5 to 6 hours in a week. That's the difference between these two. Now the third one, the final one is like I do the work. You don't worry about it. So whatever we spoke about is like complete implementation is on me. You just focus on what you are known for. If you are a coach, go and coach your clients. Go and focus on your group program. If you are a service provider or I think the best example is Mala. Mala is an abacus teacher. She came to me for this audit program, which is low pay ticket. I gave full details and then I asked her to go and implement it. But at the same time, I also know with the schedule she has, I'm pretty sure she may not be able to implement all of it. So the next option for her is you hire me for 3 months or whatever the timeline, depending on your business depth. I do everything for you. Now you just go and start using them. That will save a lot of time and then that will increase your client experience, your student experience inside your package coaching. So I took her as an example because she came on my head, but any business you apply, it's the same thing. Okay, it goes on the same line. Right? You don't have to do anything. You don't have to worry, oh, now what is that? What she said? How do I have to do? Though I gave the detailed explanation about it in the call, and after you have to sit and then do it. That takes your time, your energy. Right? That's how I kept the separation. I don't overthink about it. So people who come to me, I give all the suggestions without thinking whether they become my paid client or not. That's where I think, like you said, I think that's what helped me. That's what helped magnetizing clients for my own business. Without me looking for them, they came to me.
They came to you. Yeah.
Yeah, and a lot of people also told me like my content is super valuable in Instagram. It's like even they go to like 5 to 6 content pieces, it has so much value in it. And they believe that okay, if in content itself if she has given this much value, I'm sure she has so much of knowledge. This is the exact word they have told me when they came to a call or they were discussing with me to get hired or not.
Yeah.
So that is what you need to focus on. Don't overthink on the free and paid value. Just go with what is feeling right for you and what you're promising. Do that without failure.
Yeah.
Don't again bifurcate the concept again and then say that okay, only this part in this concept we give you for free, and if you want more, go for that. Even you're doing it, do it very intentional. Like
Yeah.
make it very clear for the people. That's very very important. Yeah.
Totally. All right.
Anything
So
you
let's
want to add
move on.
to step
So
two?
yeah, yeah. So before we move on, like let's just okay. So step 0 was the pre-foundation work.
Foundation.
Yeah.
Step 1 is like get to know what is your starting point.
The starting point. Yeah.
And step 2 is like know your people, whom you want to help, whom you want to serve. That is very very important. And knowing how you want to cultivate your community. This all comes into the step 2.
Yeah.
Now moving on to step 3 is creating one simple offer. That is step 3. Because this is where I see people spiral. And even I think recently also I had a free call with someone. He had so many ideas in her head, and then he started overthinking the offer.
Yeah.
And this overthinking comes in two ways. One is whatever the offer you already thought about it, you wait until it is becoming perfect. That is one way of overthinking. And other one is like creating so many packages. Right? You're trying to package something so big before you even test a small idea or minute idea. These two ways, I think, both are important. Both are important. Don't wait for the perfection. Is one thing that I would say immediately when we are starting this point. The second thing is that don't think of complicating it. Make it simple.
Yeah.
Simple, one simple offer. That is very very important. Simplify it.
Totally. And I feel as women, this is so difficult for us because as women, we are, I feel most of us are multifaceted.
Yeah.
But it is so important for you to ground yourself and you have to, have the self-talk that I'm going to go and cultivate one offer at the beginning. And the way I see it is, back in my corporate job, my boss used to say it so brilliant. He used to always tell us that don't start running before you learn how to crawl.
Yeah. Very beautiful. Yeah, very beautiful.
And it stuck such a powerful chord with me. I'm like, this makes so much sense.
Yeah. I think I have to give you one real example that happened just on Friday in my office. So this whole week, I think you already know that I was telling you that there is an event going on in office. The event is called Hackathon. Hackathon is in software industry. Hackathon is nothing but everyone can come up with one idea, and then whole day, 24 hours, you sit on it. You don't do the regular work. You don't do the regular commitment work. This whatever whoever is participating in this hackathon, you bring the idea, implement it, and then demo end of the 24 hours to showcase what you have done, and then what is that product about? What is that idea about? This is the event, which is preparation is going on from past 1 week, but the actual event was started on Thursday to Friday. That's the 24 hours time period. On Friday, we had to display. Basically, there is a jet panel who came from Israel and US. So to those people, we had to display. So from my team, two participations we have done. I'm the manager, right? So I have 6 people under me. So what I have suggested, I'm like, let's split into two groups and then do two separate ideas which we brainstorm. Only the basic idea I involve, and then after that I completely left it to them. I won't let them think through and then go in the flow. Now both ideas came up very well, but when they demoed, it didn't stand in the judgment round. The final judgment went to someone else. So I was trying to uh, analyze what went wrong for the future change. I'm not someone who gets disappointed with the results and all of that, but I started little bit analyzing debriefing the whole process,
Yeah.
why it went wrong. So my manager, he's an amazing guy. He has huge technical knowledge, and I really admire for the knowledge that he has. He's not part of the judgment panel, but I know he can offer some insight. So I went to him. I said so I like these two ideas, and then I really loved them. What went wrong that it didn't stand in the judgment round? Then the answer he has given me is stuck in my head in a way, right? See, hackathon, these kind of all these events, or you are trying to sell your idea to judges. The one idea that came in your head. That idea has to be simple. It has to be one problem statement, one solution, that one solution is my offer.
Yeah.
One offer. That one offer is this one solution. It has to be super specific. This is the answer he has given me. So when I think about it, both the ideas that we have given from our side, one is yes, one problem, one solution, one offer. But I think where we failed for the first one was to make them understand the problem very well. Because this is very specific to one area of our product, company product, but that area is very underrated and very unknown to people. That's why people didn't understand the problem first of all. Second one is very common problem for everyone in the company. Um, the problem is very clear. Solution is also very clear. But the offer that we are showing as a solution, it is showing multiple solutions inside that. So to give more context to it, the problem is when someone joins the company, learning the product is becoming difficult. This is a problem, which is agreed across the company. All 500 people agree to it. The problem is very clear. It's very understandable. The solution is we will create a gamified learning portal. We have a learning portal, but it's not gamified.
Right.
So let's make it gamified so that people will have fun learning it, and then you will have leaderboard, point system, and all of it, which makes them interesting. Because many of us like games, right? Especially men. Men are into learning games.
Yeah.
And IT industry is dominated by men majorly. So that is the idea. But then to showcase this, multiple things were shown like point system is there, leaderboard is there, community forum is there, and validation is there. Like there are multiple offers were solutions were shown. So people were not able to relate because solutions were more. I think that's exactly fixing here. So you have to be very clear on what can you help someone with right at this point. One single thing. What
Yeah.
one problem can you solve for them?
Yeah.
Either by coaching or either by doing it.
Yeah.
You don't need 10 steps program or 10 module program. I mean, modules you can have, but the solution should be one solution
Just
for
one.
one single problem.
Yeah.
They need one result. Give them one result, one single transformation, and deliver that, then take them to next one. I think, like you mentioned, one of the examples, if the workshop is about finding your niche, focus on that. By
Yeah.
end of the workshop, they should go out, they should walk away from that workshop
With
and
that
yeah,
clarity.
now I'm clear. Now I'm clear. Now I'm clear. With this knowledge, I can come up with one niche, one solution I can think of for my niche kind of thing. Then from there, like you said, that's not the only thing in the business. Now I have the clarity on this. Now from here, how should I do? So that should be separate offer. So your offer should be simple, especially when you're starting out. Pick one single problem. If this is not the reason why I explained this big example that happened on Friday, is it's not only applicable for entrepreneurship, it's applicable everywhere. End of the day, software is also an entrepreneurship, but not leading by me. My CEO is leading that company, and then he is also doing the entrepreneurship.
Yeah.
Right? The problem if you want to sell, focus on one single problem. Sell
Totally.
that problem, sell that offer.
Yeah. And I feel
Yeah,
this makes so much sense now in the
yeah,
digital age that we are, because like 10, 12 years ago when I started, there
yeah,
was not so much of overload mentally.
yeah, yeah. True. Very true. Very true.
But
Yeah,
now, like, there is so much of overconsumption, overload, that you don't want to bombard them with more load, right? So you want to
true, true.
simplify things, A, for yourself, but
Yeah,
also for your community, also for your clients.
yeah, yeah, yeah. True, true. And because we're talking about the one single offer, I also wanted to talk about. See, if you're not confident about this offer is going to help people or not, always test it. Of course, you
Yeah,
can test it. Any offer you come up with, you don't have to give away for free. You can do. I mean, if I have to talk about the technical terms, we call it as
beta
beta
version.
launch. Yeah,
Yeah,
charge smallest
yeah,
rate. That will also feel you, make
yeah,
you feel happy that you are not doing something for free, and
totally.
collect the feedback.
Yeah,
That's most important in the beta launch. It's always more than money. What is important is collecting the feedback.
yeah.
And the
So
way
I
feedback evolves.
totally. So I'll give an example. You guys would have heard of Flow Test, right? So it's an
Yeah, yeah,
amazing
yeah.
email
Email
subscription.
marketing. Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah, yeah.
So this is, I think, back in 2017, 18. I'm not sure. But I was part of some group, and where they beat, I think the Flow Desk group itself, where they were just
Mhm.
launching, still figuring out things. I don't remember the exact year, but I remember somehow I landed in that group.
Yeah, yeah.
They did a beta launch, and where I immediately signed up, and we signed up again for something very nominal. And
Mm-hmm.
what a fantastic email system that is.
Yeah, yeah.
They got so many beta testers for that. So
Yeah.
it definitely works. It's extremely powerful and
Mm.
allows you as a brand to tweak wherever is required, because those beta testers are going to give you honest first-hand, feedbacks.
Very true, very true. I think it was in 2018, if I remember
Yeah,
correctly. They offered like
2017.
$7 per month or something. But
Yeah,
now
it
it is like
was
$27 per month.
exactly.
How they evolve. And I still remember the way how they have taken feedback. They able to send survey forms in the emails, and then after like rating the experience and what area in the Facebook group. I think they able to ask questions like what areas you wanted to have better experience.
Yeah,
These kind of questions they ask. So that's the beta launch. That's the beta testing phase.
yeah,
And they charge a very smaller rate, like $7 if I remember right. I think
yeah.
that's what even I paid. Now it is
In
$27.
fact, they also told that if you're a beta launch, the same beta tester, this is a lifetime rate for you.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
So it's locked in for you. So you can give such amazing perks to your
Yeah, yeah,
beta
yeah,
testers.
yeah, yeah. And then from there they evolve. Right? I
Yeah,
think now it is $29 or $47. I don't remember,
probably. Yeah,
but yeah. But even today, after 7 8 years, we are talking about it. This is like 2018, right? Even
yeah,
today, that is one of the most preferred email marketing platform for the visually appealing emails.
yeah,
There are 100 other platforms have come which are covering automations,
yeah.
funnels, workflows, but visually there was no single other platform that is beating Flowdesk, in my opinion.
Totally.
Because so beautifully you can design emails with less effort from your side, and that's the USP. If I have to
Yes.
talk about what is one thing that attracts you to Flowdesk, is that they visually appealing emails, and
Yeah.
I don't find anywhere else for that price. which is maybe you may find it if you pay more, but it's still
At that
really,
cost.
yeah, yeah, yeah. True. Okay,
True.
let's move on to the next step.
Yes.
Okay. So next step is, I think, now you have, the people, you have the one simple offer. Now making yourself findable.
Find
That's
it.
what
Yeah.
that's what is the next step, right? So because, and this is also one thing that people overthink about it. People try to be everywhere,
Yeah.
right? You don't have to be everywhere, in my opinion.
Yeah.
You just need to be findable. You
Yeah.
just need to be findable. Pick one single platform where your audience are hanging out. Now you already know who are your people. So figure out where they hang more. Sometimes it will be more Facebook group. Sometimes it is more Instagram. Sometimes it is only LinkedIn. And
Yeah.
then I have clients who are into professional. Like I was working with a lady. She is a career coach. So she helps people in writing professional resumes and then landing the job. That's what is her coaching program is about. And we usually find people on Instagram, of course, they will be, but they don't look for career coach in Instagram majorly.
Yeah.
They'll be on LinkedIn. So it's very, very important for you to find where your audience are hanging out and then where they spend more time.
Yeah. And
And
again,
also,
yeah. Sorry. Go ahead.
no, I just wanted to end with the statement, like, and also that should feel comfortable for you as well.
Yeah.
Yeah, right? That is also important. And
Yeah.
you can't go to a platform where you are not at all comfortable and then you will not give 100%. So
Totally.
it doesn't make sense. Yeah.
Yeah.
You
I
were
was
trying to
saying,
say something.
yeah, I was saying this step again is going to tempt you to go in several different
Yeah.
directions.
Yeah,
And
yeah,
I've been there. Leela's been there. You know,
yeah,
be like, okay, I'm drawn towards this, but also this, also there.
yeah, yeah.
But we have to somehow, come back,
Come
like
back.
pull our temptations back, and okay, I'm going to like focus on building one, and then of course I can expand into more.
True, true. That's very true, Amu. I think when I started, I literally did that. Like, because I have seen people telling like you should be on one social media platform, one email marketing platform, and then one community kind of platform. So I think when I started, within 6, 7 months itself, I tried to expand myself into multiple platforms. Instagram, of course, it was there, and then I wanted to start email marketing also, send emails every single week, but it didn't work for me. My schedule didn't allow me to create emails every week. I'm not someone who scripts the emails and then keep it there. I want it to come naturally, like from the
Yeah.
experiences. From the experiences. It's not that I wanted to do right in the moment, type it and then send. That's not what I'm trying to say completely. But what I'm trying to say is the concept of the email or the topic of the email should come from my experiences, not from someone else. But
Yeah.
for that, I need to experience that first, right? And then whatever I'm experienced, I have to put that into words
Yeah.
on the email. That literally took a lot of energy from me, and then I didn't have that capacity back then. With the full
Correct.
time job and my client work, I didn't have that capacity. But I have tried to push myself to be there in email marketing platform. Also, and even today, it didn't work.
Yeah.
But over the time, when I realized that I don't have to be everywhere, I
Exactly.
only have to focus on only one thing.
Yeah.
I figured out that okay, I will send the email only when I have the capacity, and then that I'm
Yeah.
doing on and off. Like 1, 2 months when I have the capacity, I'm sending email consistently, or the way how I want to send. The
Yeah.
the time when it is occupying my time from other things, I'm slowing it down with no regret, no guilt, no guilt. That's very, very important. I think if you ask me, wish I had someone tell me this when I started my business, is this. You don't have
Yeah.
to be everywhere. That is one point I would definitely wish someone had told me, because back then in 2019, every single quote you see in Instagram, they talk about like you have to be everywhere.
Yeah.
You never know where the client comes from. All of this,
Yeah.
they used to say. So it used to burn me out.
Right.
And
For
now
me, it
you're
was
going.
opposite, Leela. So for me, because I didn't know social media back then, and I feel innocence is the best trait to have as an
Yeah,
entrepreneur.
yeah,
So I started YouTube because that's where I used to watch videos of Montessori
yeah,
earlier. And I'm like, okay, I'll start when that's it. I just focused on YouTube, and it
yeah,
actually helped me to grow because I didn't go anywhere else. Again, social media was so mellow back then.
yeah,
So I
yeah,
enjoyed that journey. Then once the YouTube kind of grew organically, I was like, okay, people want to interact with me, so I'll form a closed Facebook group, which
true.
again organically grew. So
yeah,
I feel
yeah.
very unknowingly, very innocently, I kind of did this. But yeah, if
Mhm.
I have to go back or if I have to share it with somebody else, this is it. Like,
Yeah,
just focus on one platform.
that's me. I think the downside of me working with coaches is this. I I hear the different strategies they talk about, especially when I started. I think these are
Yeah,
all, of course, being a manager with my head center open. I absorb all the ideas and then I I try to apply and then see
yeah,
how it works for me and all of this. Yeah, that's a different topic altogether. But yeah,
totally.
we have to talk about creating one thing. Sorry, making you findable as part of the step number four is like you don't need to be in different platforms. And
Yeah,
also, even on the single platform, you don't need to post everyday content as well.
yeah,
You just need real content which makes your offer visible. Maybe pin it in Instagram, put it in Instagram, pin it and post it. Tell people about it. Don't hide behind this vague strategies of posting every day, being consistent every day, or post trending audio reels and all of it. Don't go behind that.
oh, it will make you crazy.
Yeah, yeah, it will make you crazy. Just focus on making real conversations. I think that is more important. Maybe stick to five even real conversations every single day or three real conversations, whatever the number that suits you. Visibility doesn't mean performance, in my opinion. It
Totally.
absolutely means connection. When
Yeah,
you realize this, the business becomes super easy for you rather
totally.
than running behind those vanity metrics of how many posts I have done, how many reels I have made, and all of that. So that's what is more important. I think that's where I wrap up this step
Yeah.
number four.
Yeah, let's move on to okay. Just one thing about step
Yeah,
four, and then we'll immediately
sure.
move to step five, the final step.
Yeah.
With the visibility and making yourself findable is
Mm,
also working on your energy
true.
and
Very true.
truly working on your beliefs, your mindset. Because
Yeah.
we can be on Instagram 24/7 and feel drained out, but we
Yeah.
have to, beautifully cultivate our energy. So even if you show up once or twice or thrice a week, you show up with the right energy.
Yeah. Yeah.
I think
Yeah.
that's very important. So yeah, that kind of covers step four. And
True.
we're moving on to the last step, and that is building as you go, right?
Yeah. Yeah. And last but not least, definitely, because
Yeah, and so important.
yeah, so important because this is the part where you give yourself permission to evolve. So
Yeah,
far, whatever we spoke, because you don't have to stick to the thing that you have started. When you have your foundation strong, all these will happen naturally. Because that's what I did, that's what you did, and I know many other people who evolved over the time,
yeah.
right?
And we're still doing it. It's
Yeah,
not the end of it all.
yeah,
It's an
exactly.
evolutionary journey.
Yeah, and this podcast is one of the examples. We
Yeah,
are evolving as we are growing, we are building this. This
yeah,
came, I mean, we didn't figure this out in the beginning of starting when we started business itself. Okay, this year I have to do this. This year I have to start podcast. This year I have to do this. You don't figure out everything in the start, and you can't also,
yeah.
and you don't
And
have to.
totally. And what's going to happen is you will build. It might crash. You have to
Yeah,
rebuild it,
yeah,
and
exactly.
you have to be okay with that.
Yeah,
We are
yeah,
going to fall.
yeah. Very true, very true. And most of our clarity will come from that. Will come from doing, will come from failing, will come from succeeding. So it's like from working with one client or working on one single offer or testing one single offer or
Yeah,
showing up once a week. That's where you start when you start, and then slowly it evolves,
yeah,
slowly it builds, and then I think I can say myself also as the biggest example for this because when I started, I was posting only 2 times a week because I'm not camera friendly at all. I'm like it doesn't come natural to me. And then if you see my oldest post, I used to like it's my picture and a caption. Reels I don't do. That time reels started, but I don't do any reels because I'm not camera person. But I was okay with that. Okay, let me start with this and then slowly do it. Then I questioned myself a little bit like okay, let me do one reel in 2 weeks. That means 2 reels per month. It should go that way. And when I reach the stage where I'm confident that I can do 2 per month, then I increase it. So that's what when we say even in the smallest thing, build as you go, apply.
yeah,
Even it comes to content, even it comes to offer creation, even it comes to expanding your offers, creating more offers, or showing yourself in different ways, or doing things like this,
Yeah.
collaborating with someone and then doing podcast. All this
Yeah.
comes from evolution.
Totally, totally. The way I see it is, to conclude this entire episode is we are humans for a reason, and in that, most of our listeners are going to be probably women,
Yeah,
and we're going to have our seasons, right? And just like
yeah,
the monthly cycle, and probably, that will require a whole another
yeah,
episode.
yeah. True.
But our businesses also have its phases. And you're going to have your slow phase, you're going to have
Mm.
your fast phase. And the way I look at it is, I'm going to double down when my energy is real in my favor and
True.
give myself that space and grace when the body or my life is saying, slow
Yeah,
down because
yeah,
you are needed here and not
yeah,
here. And
yeah,
that's
yeah.
completely okay. And that is, in fact, you honoring your highest expression of you being a woman and how
True,
magical it is.
true, very beautiful. I think, I mean, if I have to put in my words, the same thing. Your business is allowed to grow with you.
Yeah,
It can be slow. It can be sometimes slowing down, sometimes accelerating faster, sometimes
yeah,
just taking it as it comes. So it can
yeah,
be any format, any way. You can refine as you go. Basically, you can
totally.
shift your niche later. You can upgrade your pricing later, but only after first you start. Start
Yeah,
at one point. First
yeah,
start there, and then over the time upgrade, refine everything or whatever you want to do over the time you do it, and then and this doesn't have an end. It
yeah,
keeps going on, and then the biggest brands, the biggest products out there that we are using, Apple, these are all our best examples for this. They're not stopping. It's not that they built their brand name, they have got the popularity, and then now they have the trust.
yeah,
But are they stopping at that point? No, right? They are coming up with new ideas. They're evolving on the go. They're coming up with new products, new innovation, new, completely new stuff. Same applies for the software industry. People never stop. So
yeah,
it always goes along with you. The it's a continuous process and then there is no end to it. But of course, after a point of time, you come to a stage where whatever you do, people will trust you because you
yeah,
already built that foundation and then
yeah.
all the
The
preparation everything
goodwill.
went wrong. Yeah, yeah. So waiting for perfect clarity before taking action is never works, is what I feel. Like you never have to wait for the clarity. Start somewhere and then get the clarity.
Yeah,
Adjust along the way. Yeah, I think that's the closer statement. Adjust along the way.
yeah.
Whatever is the adjustment. Yeah.
Totally. And to
Yeah.
wrap up all the steps, I feel, and this is not one of the steps, but I feel it is one of the biggest and the most beautiful anchor for all the
Yeah.
steps is find the right people, find your expanders, find a sisterhood who's going to make this journey for you less lonely, where you are more accountable, but also it's so much fun to build this together.
Yeah. Yeah. That's totally true. Um,
Yeah,
and start where you are. Along with the tribe, start where you are with what you know and for who you care about. I think
yeah,
and with I think you have to put all these five steps like start where you are with what you know for you for who you care about with that one single offer on one platform. That's enough. I think that's what all the five steps or six steps that we including step zero. That is what is enough for you to have the rock solid foundation. Um,
yeah,
and it's just a beginning, right? And it's a powerful place to be actually. When you're starting, it's always powerful, like because you have a lot of fire inside you, a lot of
yeah,
ideas inside you. So that's the most beautiful phase of running a
absolutely.
business. Yeah.
Yeah, totally.
And any closing statement you want to give, Amo?
Um, I think believe in yourself. There
Yeah,
are going to be times when you are going to self doubt and
yeah,
feel yourself in the lowest of low phases. And that's the time when you have to really, and probably you'll not have cheerleaders, and probably your own family and friends will also not trust you or believe in you
yeah,
enough.
yeah,
That's the time when you have to somehow pull yourself back up and believe in yourself no matter what. I
yeah.
think that is Yeah, that is a steadfast. Like, let your belief in yourself, your potential, your passion, and your magic be your steadfast.
Right, right. Yeah, that's beautifully put. I think because we are in this, I think this went like a coaching style podcast. I wanted to conclude it in a way that if you need help in doing all these things and stepping into your CEO era, I think our Series program is amazing program to be part of,
Right.
because that is where we talk about all of this and then setting up your foundations and then stepping into your CEO mode so beautifully, energetically and strategically both. So that's the perfect place for you to be in case if you need more details, I think we will leave the details in the show notes or the description below. Please check it out, and then if you have questions, you can talk to one of us and then see if that is going to be right fit for you. And we believe it is going to be right fit for anyone who wants to step into the CEO mode,
Yeah.
and lead your business energetically and strategically. That's why the name is She Leads,
Genius.
right?
Yeah. And I love that name. For some
Yeah,
reason,
yeah, me too.
just that name gives so much power.
Power. Yeah, yeah, yeah. That's so true, so true. Okay, having said that, I think share this episode once you finish listening with someone else who you think will help them. And we will see you next week
Yes.
when we talk about more deeper, maybe something on the lines of strategy and mindset, both of
Yes.
things which we spoke in the previous thing, and how can you check your business health occasionally? How can you
Yes.
be fit in terms of your
Business
business?
Yes.
Business
Totally.
life.
Totally. And if you guys have any suggestions for us, please leave them in the comments. Reach
Comment.
out to us on Instagram. We'll
Yeah,
keep those links also for you
yeah,
somewhere
yeah,
either in the show notes or the
yeah,
description.
yeah,
So you can
yeah,
reach out and let us know what more you would love to hear from us.
yeah,
And thank you
yeah.
so much for being such amazing listeners.
Thank you so much. We will see you next week. Until then, bye bye.
Bye bye. All right. Thank you.